I was born in Bojewyan, St.Ives at 4 o'clock in the morning on December the 25th, 1903. My name is Henry Hull, one of 16 children. My mother's maiden name was Trumbull, Nanny Warren Trumbull, one of 11 children, and their names are as follows: Henry, John, Dick, Will, Tom, Adeline, Eva, Florence, and Rosina, Arthur, Ethel, and my mother Nanny. They're the children of my granny. If they all go to heaven, the Lord must prepare a place for 11. If God is kind and accept those few, I would like to join them too. I am gone past 83, too old to go on the spree. Each time I cough, snort, and sneeze, I've got a hell of a job to breathe. My brothers and sisters are nearly all gone. So is Uncle Henry, Dick, and Will Tom. I worked with Uncle Henry down in Levant, and down there he was known as Yank, a professional miner with a top grade, and to hold that title, his life he paid. He worked too hard down in that mine, and died at the age of 49. Before I die, I would like to say I appreciate the way that time and motion Yank took me 2 miles out under the sea. That was the distance from the shelf that Yank and I endured hard graft. To work with Yank, you had to be tough. At the end of the day, you had enough. We were the first men down that shaft, and coming up often the last. One round a shift was my mate's phrase, when other miners would take 2 days. To describe one round, you advance 6 feet, which is entered on your pay sheet. While working, Yank would rarely smile. If things went wrong, his words were vile. He was always fighting against time and puffing like an engine on the railway line. No time for talking, not a sound, until we drill and blast that round. Then back to the shaft we would go, which all the other miners know. 1,000 feet we had to climb up through that shaft in grit and slime. Up those ladders we would go, with heavy hobnail boots in tow, and when we reached the adit there, it was a treat to breathe fresh air. Then we had another climb, 200 feet of cliff this time, and when we finally reached the dry, Yank was knackered, and so was I. I've often thought, time and again, if ever it was worth the strain to work like a maniac in grit and grind, and then die years before his time. I guess the reason I am living still is due to my doctors and surgeons' skill. I thank the Lord and my doctor too, that I can still make my home brew. I must also thank my wife for her help to prolong my life. Her Cornish pasties and dumplings in stew, a pint a day of my home brew. Her chicken pies and the Lord knows what. He dish 'em up, I eat the lot. Her marinated pilchards and homemade brawn, I could eat until the cows come home. And when I stand, glass clutched in hand, sometimes I pause and think, and wonder why, when feeling dry, this stuff I like to drink. And after thought, then I have brought no explanation plain. I feel a mug as I grab the jug to fill 'em up again. Although my brew is darn good stuff, 1 pint for me is quite enough. It's far above the alcohol level. I guess 3 pints would kill the devil. So, if you ever visit me, don't be tempted to drink 3. If you ignore what I said, then you may spend a week in bed. Good luck. God bless you all. From Henry Hollow, Penzance, Cornwall. While on the operating table during my operation on Friday the 13th hour of the 13th day of March 1987, when a doctor asked me where was I born. The doctors helping the surgeon to perform the operation were Dr. Watson and Dr. Pring. The surgeon's name was Mr. Martin Mackenzie. His stamp told him Martin Mac. Well, after the operation, the surgeon wrote me a poem to be added to the words I had already spoken while on the operating table. These words are as follows. Martin Mac, I know you're up to your eyes in work, but please do my rupture. I know you think I make a fuss, but I can't wear a ruddy truss. You won't. You say my cough is too bad. I'm plump and puffed and old and sad. I keep my lungs too much inflated. Well, now I've gone and strangulated. So someone has to do the thing, and thank the Lord for Dr. Pring. Not only has he stopped the pain, he's gone and touched it back again. One stitch, although with several knots on, inserted quick by Dr. Watson, gives straight relief from all that pain, and I can cough and smile again. My answer to the surgeon was, I read your poem and was proud as could be that you never filleted me, but inserted several stitches below my chest, then sent me back in bed to rest. I must thank you once again that I can breathe minus the pain. P.S. When the ambulance arrived to take me to the hospital, all my friends wished me goodbye. I think they thought I was going to die. When they saw the agony on my face, they thought I was due for outer space. But the surgeon had a different view and called together some of his crew. They inserted 2 needles into my spine and another in one leg of mine. They waited until I could feel no more, then wheeled me through the theater door. They made me comfortable, but I was able to hear them talking quite a lot while they worked on my whole plot. Finally, the surgeon said, we have won. You can smile, old man, the job is done. He told the nurse, we have stopped his pain. You put him back in bed again. I thank the surgeon, doctors, and staff that I can smile and occasionally laugh, and hope Margaret Thatcher acquire the nerve to double their wages. That's what they deserve. I've been home 10 weeks, and I am still here, eating my wife's passes and drinking my beer. But I've got to be careful, not stretch and strain, to cause that old pot to pop out again. if it possible, I'm afraid it will be a good drink for Philippa, but curtains for me. Amen.